Hey everybody, this is Collector Dude. I'm back with the Dark Horse previews now. We're going to go through this and see how much we can get done in 20 minutes to a half hour. I like to try to make these a little bit longer, so you just like I said before, so you can have some background noise and just see as many comic books as you can, and as many as I can read off. Everything, get through this as fast as possible because I like to do the whole book as much as I can. I haven't been doing them for a while like that, so I said I like to try to do them like that now. Okay, this is Jeff Lemire, his Maze book. From Eisner Award-winning creator Jeff Lemire comes a haunting series about family, mourning, and reality. We got a book, Stranger Things, and Last Flight Out. Let's go and see what we got here. This one's going to be book 1 of 5. It says comes out September 8th, so that came out this past week. So if you can get to your store or online, go pick it up and see what this is. I like to try to pick it up just to see what it's about, see if it's any good. So this one's from New York Times best-selling Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer creator Jeff Lemire comes this ambitious and haunting comic series about family, mourning, and reality. A lonely building inspector, still grieving the loss of his puzzle-loving daughter, receives a mysterious phone call one night from a girl claiming it's her and that she's trapped in the middle of a labyrinth. Convinced that this child is contacting him from beyond this world, he uses an unfinished maze from one of her journals and a map of the city to trace an intricate path through a different plane of reality on an intense and melancholy adventure to bring his daughter back home. Wow. The only way out is in. Gem of the month. Wow, man. That sounds interesting. There's another cover there by Andrea Sorrentino. Okay, here's like a preview of it. It says, he's got a door in his forehead. It says, this room is somewhere deep inside of me, but I can only see it on rare occasions. Okay, now Scott Schneider, Black Hammer, Visions. This is number 8 of 8. This comes out September 22nd. Here's one cover. Golden Guns. That's cool. Then we got some variant covers down here. Cover B. That's pretty wild. What's that say? Patrick Reynolds with Lewis, NCT. And on the right, this one's cover C by Glenn Fabry and Karen Holloway. Very nice. Wild stuff. Let's see what this one's about here. Okay. In this dueling narrative of two different sins over time, we witness an 1880s origin story of the Black Hammer, cult cowboy known as the Horseless Rider, and a 1950s southwestern rest home where the staff is immoral and vengeance is waiting in the shadows. Okay, Black Hammer. Vision proves that Jeff Lemire's Black Hammer universe is rife with potential for great stories. DC Comics News. Alright, now we got Black Hammer Reborn. 4 of 12. Let's see, where's it? Okay, I'm looking at the wrong picture. Here we go. Black Hammer Reborn. That's a wild cover. And then we got cover B down here by Dave Johnson. Let's see. This one comes out September 29th. Okay. 20 years ago, Lucy Weber fought Spiral City's greatest villains as the heroic Black Hammer. Today she finds her marriage falling apart and her Trojan in danger with new threats wreaking havoc on her world and some of Black Hammer's greatest heroes returning to aid her in saving it from destruction. Okay. I don't read many comics these days, and I can't remember the last time I read a superhero comic, but I'm loving Black Hammer, says Mike Mignola. Cool. Now we got the Unbelievable Unteens. And we got cover B down here, Emmy Lennox. From the World of Black Hammer, number 2 of 4. The Unbelievable Unteens. This comes out September 8th, so it's this past week it came out. Okay, with Unbelievable Unteens, comic book artist Jane Ito finds her world flipped upside down after discovering that the heroes from her comics were not so fictional, and she herself was one of them and had powers. As she and a team of underdog heroes, once known as the Unteens, begin to come back together, they slowly discover what happened to them, why their memories were wiped, and who was behind this evil plot. An exciting reimagination of the Eisner Award-winning Black Hammer series. That might be cool. Always some interesting stuff. Jeff Lemire's really doing a lot of writing. Scott Schneider too. All these guys is like an artist. You think like Alex Ross kicks butt doing all these paintings. But writers, I guess if you can come up with a whole bunch of different stories, you could write like 3 or 4 books a month. It's like, wow. And some of these guys do. It's amazing. Okay, now we got, is there a secret hidden in the hills of Hawkins? Stranger Things. Here's 1 of 4, it says here. Here's a cool cover, and then we got, looks like 4 covers. Well, that guy's back. Cool. Let's see, Kyle Lambert doing cover B. Diego Galindo is doing cover C, and cover D is by Irvin Rodriguez. Wow, they're forever young in these pictures. So it's Stranger Things, Tomb of Yebwin, number 1 of 4. This comes out September 29th. It's January 1985. Wow, I remember that year. The Hawkins crew survived their battle with the Mind Flayer, but Will and Joyce are still reeling from the recent death of Bob Newby. Will's friends have been too busy with their girlfriends to notice how much he is struggling. After he and Mr. Clark discover a mysterious map Bob left in a box of old nerdy memorabilia, Will rallies the crew to investigate. It's Gem of the Month. That might be something to get right there. I like Stranger Things. I don't know if they're going to come up with any more series. Did they do 3 seasons? Or was it 2? Because I think we watched them all. Me and Janet, we loved it. Okay, here's another. Some more artwork here. Inside artwork. Not final art, it says. I guess you're going to have to put the word balloons. I don't know if that's part of the art, what they mean. So, okay. Now we got Stranger Things Yaw Box Set. This is different. The artwork and everything. Comes out November 24th. 216 pages. Wow. $30, hard case, 6x9. Collecting three original Stranger Things young adult graphic novels into one box set, featuring an exclusive double-page or double-sided poster with covers from the series. Okay. Collect Stranger Things Zombie Boys, Stranger Things Bully, and Stranger Things Erica the Great. Stranger Things is a must-read for fans of the show as it works to answer questions burning in the hearts of the most dedicated. Wow, okay. Now we got Stranger Things Erica the Great here, trade paperback. There's a cover there. It says not final art, and we got another cover here. Cool. The definitive companion piece to the nostalgia-filled Netflix hit, Infinite Earths. This comes out November 24th, it says here. Okay, in this middle grade foray into 80s nostalgia hit series from Netflix, Erica's Fremini loses track of her mother's prized parakeet. The two will have to work together to return the bird safe and sound or deal with the consequences. They learn that even the toughest and smartest people need a little help now and then. All right. Okay, now we got more Stranger Things. This is Stranger Things Library Edition, Volume 2 hardcover. Very cool. Volume 2. Comes out November 2nd. Explore more 80s inspired horror in this hardcover collection of Stranger Things 6 and Stranger Things Into the Fire. A chilling glimpse at the machinations of Brenner's lab leading up to the events of the show. Learn about the other psychic kids of Hawkins' lab and their fight for freedom and safety in a world on the brink of catastrophe. Wow. Stranger Things Season 4 coming to Netflix soon. There we go. They did 3 seasons. Cool, cool, cool. The only way to survive is to abandon Earth. Last Flight Out, number 1 of 6, it says. This comes out September 1st, so it's out now. Came out last week. This is October 16, 2031. Wow. Ben, she's coming. You're not due for another week. I'll be sure to tell her that when I deliver her. Oh, man. Okay, with Earth rendered uninhabitable, humanity has chosen to evacuate to the stars. Could you imagine that? We got so much going on now that we're going to talk about evacuation. Man, and that's not long from now. 10 years. Or less than 10, about 10 years, my goodness. A little bit more. Okay. But with just 24 hours left until the last arc designed to evacuate Earth's residents leaves forever, its designer's estranged daughter goes missing. Mark Guggenheim, Arrow, X-Men, and Eduardo Ferigato, self-made, tell the story of an absentee father trying to make amends with his daughter during the end of the world. Wow, a thrilling new comic series by renowned writer Mark Guggenheim. That might be interesting. Wow. You think like different stuff that's going on now. I don't know what would they make some ships, like they said arcs, which is kind of cool, like Noah's Ark. They make those and evacuate everybody on the planet. Wow. Okay, Frank Miller, Sin City. Frank Miller's Sin City Volume 2, A Dame to Kill For, 4th edition. Trade paperback and deluxe edition hardcover. This comes out on November 24th. Both of them, it looks like 2 of them there. One of them's 216 pages for $25. That's a trade paperback, but the deluxe hardcover is 8 by 12. The trade paperback is 7 by 10, but the deluxe hardcover, my goodness, is $100. $75 more. The acclaimed crime noir from comics legend Frank Miller is back. Look at that cover. Those eyes. Okay, A Dame to Kill For. Let's see. The new trade edition is presented at original size with new wraparound cover art. The deluxe edition includes a cloth-covered slipcase with foil stamping and printing, an oversized hardcover with a soft-touch matte finish. That's cool. Spot gloss and foil stamping, and a matching portfolio features a deluxe print of new artwork by Frank Miller. Cool. I wonder if it's just the cover right there. A new deluxe print. Okay, now what we got here. As an added bonus, each deluxe slipcase has a different letter from the logo, placed on the front cover in such a way that alone it looks like a splash of red wrapping around the slipcase. But when all 7 volumes are together, it is clear that the grouping spells out Sin City. Ooh, that's innovative. That's new. That's cool. Will you get all 7? Okay, I guess when you put them together, like they say, I've seen stuff where people place on Facebook where there's like omnibuy or omnibuses or whatever you want to call it, pronounce it, that they make them all, like say there's 12 of them, and one of them, or maybe 2 of them, will be spelled differently, or say everything's up at top on 9 of them, but the 10th one or the 11th one will have the writing down here. And people are like, why would you change it? It's like you got all these books in the whole series, and you got one book that's different from the other 9 or the other 10. And I've seen people talk about that on Facebook or YouTube. So I'm not sure why they do that. And I haven't collected a lot of trade paperbacks or omnibuy. Like I said, I get these essential books, but I don't collect a lot of the hardcovers. But maybe I will do that in case I want to cut down on my comic book sizes and stuff, because I got so many books now. If you want to cut back on some of the stuff, you sell the original stuff and get the trades, and you can have like everything in one book. So that's kind of cool. Downsizing. Okay, here we go. Co-written by Kevin Smith. Oh boy, this was really a letdown here. The artwork's nice. The artwork and the animation thing was nice, but the story. Okay, now we got, I thought that looked like Walter Simonson. Walt Simonson with Laura Martin. Nice painting there. Masters of the Universe Revelation 3 of 4. September 8th, it came out this week. Okay. Following the vicious Orlax attack on King Randor, He-Man learns the creature is linked to the origin of the Sword of Power, and also to his nemesis Skeletor, who is hell-bent on deciphering the secret of Grayskull. Meanwhile, we learn the true origin of Evil-Lyn, and how she came to be under the evil and powerful Skeletor. The official prequel to the upcoming Netflix show. Wow. So this, I guess this shows everything that's going on, obviously, before the special or before the show. I forgot how many, was it just, I think it was just one movie, yeah. Or a bunch of different episodes. What do you think about this? I'm not going to get the book because I didn't like the video or the cartoon. So, okay, now we got Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba. The Umbrella Academy box set, November 17th, 568 pages, $55.97, slipcase 7x10. Okay, here we go down here, that's it. I remember when this first came out years ago, and I almost got all the books because I thought it was interesting, it looked kind of cool, but I never picked it up. Is this something you think about? You're like, man, I should have got it. Okay, 3 magnificent New York Times best-selling Umbrella Academy original graphic novels tied to the hit Netflix show are collected into one deluxe box set, featuring an exclusive double-sided poster. In an inexplicable worldwide event, 43 extraordinary children were spontaneously born by women who'd previously shown no signs of pregnancy. Millionaire inventor Reginald Hargreaves adopted 7 of the children. When asked why, his only explanation was to save the world. These 7 children form the Umbrella Academy, a dysfunctional family of superheroes with bizarre powers. Nearly a decade after their first mission, the team disbands, but when Hargreaves unexpectedly dies, these disgruntled siblings reunite just in time to save the world once again. Wow. I haven't even seen the show yet. Mignola, Robertson, what do you think about it? Is that a good show? I mean, if it sounds like it is, I just haven't watched it yet. There's so many different things to watch, and the Disney stuff. I got to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier and all that. So there's so much to watch. I'll see how much I can get done this weekend. It is a lot to do. Mignola and Robertson, Hellboy, the Bprd, 1957, Family Ties. Here's some artwork in there. And the cover down there. Okay, this comes out September 15th, next week. One shot, it says. Before they can track down an errant copy of Gustav Strobel's Witchcraft and Demonology, Hellboy and Bprd agent Susan Zhang are sidetracked by a beset housewife's pleas for help. Unraveling the mystery of an unwanted house guest may lead the occult investigators right to where they wanted to be, but also right into demonic danger. Celebrated writer Mike Mignola and longtime collaborator Chris Robertson bring you yet another hit Hellboy one-shot, with art by the extraordinary Lawrence Campbell and colors by Dave Stewart. It's a misdelivery, wrong address. Please help me. Everything is going to be all right, Gladys. Let me take a look. Oh boy. Uh-oh, what's he seeing there? Okay, now we got Hellboy, Universe Essentials, Bprd trade paperback. This one comes out November 10th. And here's the cover here. Okay, jump on to the Bprd series and jump into the horror-fueled adventure with this introductory volume. Meet Abe Sapien, a senior agent in the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense. He and his fellow uncanny agents Liz Sherman, Roger the Homunculus, and Johann Kraus uncover his occult origins while try to stop a plague of monstrous frogmen. As it begins its spread across America, an apocalyptic new direction to Mignola's stories opens up. Hellboy Universe Essentials Bprd is a perfect entry point for curious fantasy, horror, and occult readers looking for a taste of something new. So if somebody asked you on Facebook, hey, what new books could I try? Tell them about Hellboy Universe Essentials Bprd trade paperback from Dark Horse. Okay, now we got Tales from Mignolaverse. He's going all over. He's got a lot of books, man. Bprd Hell on Earth. Trade paperback, and this is volume 3, November 24th as well. The Bprd fight to protect the world from the rise of monstrous Ogdru as teams hit a blizzard-torn Russia and the ruins of both Chicago and New York City. Meanwhile, Liz Sherman fights a deranged doctor in Utah, and the young psychic Phoenix goes head-to-head with a monster-worshipping cult. The Omnibus edition collects Bprd Hell on Earth, volumes 7 through 9, in paperback for the first time, plus an expanded sketchbook section. Love those. Bprd continues to impress and prove that although Hellboy might be what draws fans in, it's the larger universe that will make them stay. Unleash the fanboy. Okay. The Golem Walks Among Us, number 2 of 2. This came out last week, September 1st. Okay. There's The Golem Walks Among Us right there. Nice cover. Brought to a small fishing village to fight a cult, Joseph the Golem finds himself face to face with one of his oldest enemies from centuries of fighting witches. And when the fight comes to a head, the ultimate question will be whether fighting witches or saving humanity is really at the heart of the Golem's purpose. All right, he's trying to find himself. Now we got The House of Lost Horizons, a Sarah Jewell mystery. Number 5 of 5. Mike Mignola's doing it again. He's got some help, though. Okay, September 15th. This comes out next week. Sarah and Marie-Therese have identified the murderer, but that turns out to be the least of their concerns, as supernatural forces stretch their influence over the island where Sarah and the others are trapped. One person's selfishness and folly could be everyone's undoing. Jump into the climatic conclusion of this Hellboy universe occult mystery. Wow. All right. How many of you guys read this stuff? I've got some Hellboy books and everything, and I like the movies. The latest movie I didn't like. It was pretty wild. I didn't like it at all. Some of the stuff in it was kind of cool, but it was like, ugh. But the other ones with the other Hellboy, I really like those. Okay, Witchfinder Omnibus Volume 2 hardcover. There's a cover there. This comes out November 17th. Discover a nest of vampires, brave a technological gate to another realm, and track down the truth behind Jack the Ripper in this collection of 3 intense adventures of Sir Edward Grey. As the Queen's personal witchfinder, Grey continues to pursue the occult goings on in London and beyond. But this time, the events he encounters and the things he learns will lead him to question his very future. Collects The Witchfinder, volumes 4 through 6. Steeped in Hammer horror style, a ghoulishly fun read, Newsarama. Witty, a fresh take, Uprocks. I might like these because stuff like this I like. I've been writing stories myself about dimensional doorways and jumping to different things because I have some other characters I just created. Well, I've created them a while ago, but I've been trying to come up with different ways to figure out how they jump to this other universe. And it's like superheroes and everything, which I like to see and put into an area where they don't usually go into prehistoric times or mythological times, or not mythological times, but just times with castles and knights and dragons and stuff like that. Mythology, I guess. But to try that and have them like my superhero types that can't fight magic, so they have to figure out another way. Like Superman, when he gets hit with magic, he gets hurt. Or anybody like Batman or anybody like that too. But to see that stuff happen, I like to come up with stories like that. So I might have to look at some of these. Okay, now we got Aubrey Sitterson. This one, The Worst Dudes, number 4 or 5. Okay, what is this now? This one comes out September 1st, so this is out already. That's the cover there. Okay. Are we still publishing this? Despite our best efforts, Certified Scoundrels Aubrey Sitterson, No One Left to Fight, the comic book story of professional wrestling, and Tony Gregory, Deuce of Hearts, Karma Police, continue tell the raunchiest, most hilarious sci-fi detective story in this or any other galaxy, and B, disappoint and disgust their friends, family, religious leaders, and frankly, all of us here at Dark Horse Comics. Special print only and single issue only backups by cartoonist Rory Blank. Okay, now we got Savage Hearts. Number 3, it appears. Yeah, 3 of 5. This comes out September 15th. Action-packed or romantic, sexy or funny, thrilling or heartwarming. You don't have to choose between this jungle fantasy romantic action comedy You don't have to choose, because this single fantasy romantic action comedy has it all. Courtesy of Aubrey Sitterson, No One Left to Fight, the comic book story of professional wrestling, and Jed Daugherty, World's Finest, and Harley Quinn. Okay, as a special print-only bonus, this issue also features an installment of No Kings, No Masters by Aubrey Sitterson and Goran Gligovic. All right, let's do one more. We'll see what we got on another page here. Okay, this looks interesting. Rewild, the must-have graphic novel library. Rewild trade paperback comes out November 3rd. Devin Grayson and Yana Adamovic. Rewild. Cool. Magic, realism, packs an environmental punch. Okay, now we got Fables meets the Fisher King in this new original graphic novel from acclaimed comics writer and novelist Devin Grayson, Omni, Batman, Gotham Knights, with breathtaking illustrative art from rising star Yana Adamovic, D-Day. Poe is a mysterious young homeless woman and self-proclaimed fairy changeling. Demond is an enterprising engineer with a troubled past. When Poe demands that a park be built to mollify a dangerous new mutation of mythical creatures, ravaged by climate change and furious with the human race, Demond must question not only his own sanity, but the rationality of our entire species as he struggles to save his city, and maybe even the world. But are we past the point of no return? Okay, original all-new graphic novel. An all-new original graphic novel. All right, now we got A Plague from Space Changes the World as They Know It. Trojan of the Plague, it says. This looks like some inside art work in there. And then we have a cover here. Trojan of the Plague. Comes out September 29th. One shot. Remy, a young female Indo-American superhero in the near future, fights to free herself and her brother from lives battling in endless arena battles. Okay. These Trojans of the Plague were infected with a disease from outer space, now have superpowers and have been rounded up and tested on by the evil Valmont, a rich industry leader in the future. Okay. from the co-creator of number 13, with colors by Jeffrey Kimbler and letters by David Walker. I got a friend named David Walker. He does his own movies. He's like, he's really good. Over in Warren, Ohio, Niles, Ohio. He does his own movies. He's got a pretty good selection. If you check him out, he's on Facebook, David Walker. He's from, I think it's Skywalker. He calls himself Skywalker Industries or something like that. I have to check and see what it is exactly. I don't want to mess it up and everything. He's been putting out a lot of stuff. He's really good. He got a lot of different actors and actresses he works with. Okay, so that's the artwork there. But that's it. I'll stop right there, and then we'll do part 2 of this so you can see what else is coming out. But some of the stuff looks pretty interesting. So I'm going to be looking at it and everything. I'm not sure exactly what I'll get, but I've seen some stuff like I'm going to check out some stuff from Hellboy. I think I picked up a few books, but I want to read them and see what they're like, because I like some of the stories. I like some of the dimensional doorway type stuff and everything, and like things that kind of like scary supernatural stuff. But let me know what you think. You guys have a great day, and I'll go to part 2 pretty soon. But thank you very much for watching and for your support and your likes and subscribing and everything. And I'm going to mention a contest tomorrow. But you guys have a great day, and Collector Dude is out.